Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I was going to go over data and the importance of collecting data and journaling. I'm amazed by the amount of people who have never journaled before. They couldn't tell you what they made or lost last week, yesterday, this month, last month. And how are you going to improve your trading if you don't know what you're doing right and wrong? So yeah, I just thought I'll go over quickly how I journal and some tips I have for you guys. And I think it will really improve your trading. It's what really helped me. Ever since I've started journaling, my results have, skyrocketed. So yeah, here are my results since the start of May. This is when I properly sort of understood trading and was trading pretty much every morning. I did go travelling around this time in July and August, but I did my best to trade as much as possible. So yeah, I started trading, if you didn't know, about a year ago, but I only started back to journaling in May. So I can tell you now, I was losing, at least 4 or 5% a month though before May. I just didn't know what I was doing wrong. Didn't know what I was doing right either. Didn't have a proper strategy in place, which I was executing on a daily basis. But since May, I have really been executing the same strategy and following the same rules, implementing certain things here and there, which I'll be talking about as well. So in May, you can see I had a minus 2% month. And yeah, you can see all the percentage gains here. I've gained 15% since the start of May, which is pretty decent. I mean, the S&P 500 increases by about 8% a year, year on year. So I am outperforming the S&P 500, which is good to see. Last month I lost 2.5%, but the month before that I had a 6.5% month, 4.5% month, 5% month, and at the moment I've started November with a 0.5% week. So yeah, the trading's going okay. I did have a really tough time last month with the sort of the government lockdown and well, yeah, fundamentals really, not really knowing what was happening. Market acted a bit strangely, with volume and market structure, but I'm not here to complain at all. I got not more minus 2.5%, so here we are. Hopefully November and the new year will give me some better price action for my strategy. So yeah, so that's the first thing. You need to have something like this. It's just overall statistics, which you can quickly go to just to see how you're doing, really. And you can also build graphs on Excel to see sort of, your slow periods more visually. And then you can build data around how you can go into the next year. If you notice around Christmas time, which is quite common, that your results dip because volume also dips, then you can say, well, actually, let's maybe trade less in the Christmas time and prioritize maybe the summer where I can make more money. So yeah, it is really important you get an overview of your trading. But going on to the week on week, recently I've started using something called TradeZella, which is a pretty amazing website. You can do all of your journaling in one place. This is what I do weekly. I used to use Excel, but I did find it a bit clunky here and there with some of the functions that they have on it. But on here it's very, very visual. This, you could see, was a break-even week. Didn't lose anything, didn't make anything. This was 22nd of October 2025. Sorry, yeah, this is September, 2025, and you can see the setups I took. I have screenshots. I have whether it's a buy or a sell. The rating, I rated as a B plus setup because it's a very small structure. It does break these highs to the left here, and we are looking quite bullish. I wanted to get up to this area of supply over here, which is where I managed to only close break even because it didn't quite hit my TP, as you can see. This was early in the morning, so it went to a break even. trade. This is also looking like a break-even trade. Had a really nice rejection here. Went all the way up to sort of like maybe a 1 to 3 here. So I journaled it. I said, well, it went up to a 1 to 3. I remember the trade in the top of my head because I journaled it. It's up in my brain now, so I even can look at a trade and remember it fully. You know, and that's where you know that you're backtesting right, when you can think of that trade that happened last month, and you can think of the things that you did wrong, the things that you did right. And yes, as you improve, you know, backtesting will become less and less useful because it becomes ingrained in your head what's working and what isn't. But so yeah, I have a pretty good idea of what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I know that on the 5-minute large structures trades don't work for me from my win rate. I know that I prefer the 30-minute time frames to the 5-minute time frames. My setup seems to play a lot more better, but I still trade the 5-minute, but I've just adapted some things and incorporated things like volume to increase my win rate. My win rate is about 36% at the moment, but my average RR is around 1 to 3, 1 to 4, so you know, I do pretty well in terms of my risk management. So that's my sort of strong point. But yeah, I can go over another example here. Let's go to this week here. This is a plus 0.5% week. And here we are. This is a 5-minute time frame. We have an A setup here. Very nice setup. And look, we get stop lost here. And this is an unfortunate trade. I said it's a trade I'd take 9 times out of 10. And then here's another 5-minute break-even trade, which I get out of. I remember erecting off my POC, so I ended up closing break-even. This is a GJ loss I took, and this was a win. This is a 1 to 2 win over here. This is an A setup, and I closed here for a 1 to 2. So yeah, it's really helpful for you to go through like the lessons that you've learned. Take more time to analyze. Maybe I woke up too late on this example and didn't look at the charts for long enough. So now I give myself at least 15 minutes to look at the charts before 8 o'clock, which is when my time window starts in the UK. And yeah, right, you slowly systemize your brain into becoming basically a robot. And that's what you're looking to become. You're looking to become a very mechanical trader. And over time, you will also build up a really nice, intuitive brain as well when it comes to trading. So you know, you can just look at a chart and say, I have a buying bias. And that's something that will take quite a long time. It's not something that takes, you know, maybe 1 or 2 years. It may take more like 3 to 4 to 5 years to build up that intuitive mind when it comes to trading. But yeah, it is so important to backtest. I really can't stress it enough. Like, you know, a lot of people I text say, oh, you know, put your results in the weekly recap, or you know, or the monthly keep out. And I'm like, oh, I don't have an app to record my data. Well, fine, just use Excel. It's free. Or Sheets. You know, you don't need to have some complicated website which costs £30 a month like I do for TradeZella. Although I do highly recommend it. It makes it a lot easier. You know, you just need to collect, you know, you need to know what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. If you're wondering yourself, you know, you're saying to yourself now, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything right. You know, I'm using the same strategy over and over again. I just can't seem to make any money. Well, it's probably because you're not journaling your trades, because you don't really know if you're doing anything right. And that seems to be a big mistake that people they always say, oh, Ben, you know, what am I doing wrong? I've got the strategy down, I've got my psychology down, but I can't seem to make any money. Well, I asked them, oh, so how much did you lose or win last month? They're like, oh god, I don't know. Well, you know, what can you expect if you don't even know what you made last month? It's like going to a job and saying, me asking someone how much they make, and they go like, oh, I can't remember how much I made last month. Everyone knows how much they make, you know. You just gotta, it's the same principle here. You know, you need to know, it's like, you would know how much you roughly spent last month, because you can go and look at it on an app, on your phone, on your bank account. You can see, God, I spent too much last month, I need to spend less this month. It's the same, that's what journaling is. It's journaling how much you're winning and losing, your emotions, and rating your setups, which is really important. I will be making a video on how to rate setups, because it makes a huge difference. when you know and you can distinguish between what makes an A+ setup and what makes a B setup. But anyway, I think that's a wrap for this video. If you have enjoyed it, then please leave a like and subscribe. Be highly appreciative, and let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see next, what videos you would like to see on the channel, and yeah, I have a free Discord in my description as well, which you guys can go and check out. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.